Hey Legend fans, Jesse here, and we're back with you with another session as part of our Early Bird Boaters Launch Day. This session we're going to be talking about the ins and outs of buying a pontoon boat. And I'm joined with our guest for the next little bit here, Jillian. Jillian is a newish member of our team here at Legend Boats. Joined us in November, I think, right Jillian? Yeah. Great. Jillian is a team member with us as part of our partner care team. Jillian, maybe tell me about what that day-to-day looks like working in the partner care team.
Yeah, so essentially my job is to make sure that all of our partners are in good hands, that they're satisfied with the units that they're getting, that their financing is okay, that they're getting the parts that they need. If they're not getting the parts that they need, that we can address those through warranty or what have you. Great.
Basically everything to help our dealers perform better overall in their day-to-day operations and making sure things are running smoothly. On top of that, I was excited to learn that Jillian is in fact in the market for a pontoon boat for this summer for her family. So I thought what better opportunity than to take a few minutes with her today, learn a little bit more about what she might be interested at and how we can show her through a few different floor plans and models here in the Legend lineup together with the hopes of getting her into one of these boats for this summer.
Great.
So Jillian, maybe tell me a little bit about the family. What do we look like? What are we heading out on the water, and how many people are we taking out?
Yeah, so basically I have a family of 4. I have 2 children, a daughter who's 3 and a son who's 1. And so it's my husband and I and our kids, and probably nieces, nephews,
okay, great.
Some siblings, on the odd occasion, our parents, that sort of thing. So probably like anywhere from 8 to 10 people at a time.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, most of the pontoons, that's the beauty of a pontoon boat, is they'll accommodate certainly more open floor plans and the ability to take a couple families out on the water. Talk to me about your ideal day on the water. Are we fishing? Are we cruising? How are you spending and splitting your time out there?
Yeah, so exactly. So we like to fish, but we're casual fishermen.
Okay.
So we like to cruise. We like to do a little bit of fishing, a little bit of water sport on the odd occasion, that sort of thing.
Sure. What type of water sports in mind? Like tubing?
Yeah. Well, with young kids, I mean, for us, we're not quite there yet. But for our nieces and nephews and that sort of thing, it'd be nice to take them out and.
Sure. And do we need to like are we doing skiing, wakeboarding, things like that? Do you plan to get a full-grown skier up on the water?
It'd be nice to have the flexibility to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess like I said, anything can be done for a certain range or style or budget. Certainly in mind, we make several different floor plans or styles here at Legend. So I'm sure we could check out a few of the different options. It'll really just depend on how we're splitting our time and what one's going to suit best for you with the different floor plans that we've got.
Great.
What else would you be looking for? What's important to you if you had to wave a magic wand? What does the pontoon boat need to have in it?
Well, safety is a big thing with 2 young kids. Also storage, life jackets and kids' toys and that sort of thing. So, but also comfort and being able to socialize easily.
What size of water are you guys going to find yourself on?
We tend to be on like mid-sized lakes, mid to large-sized lakes.
Okay.
That we would be trailering to and from.
Oh, okay. So we definitely got to make sure we're getting something that we can trailer or easily trailerable.
Yeah.
And we need a trailer in the package.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Storing it, you're going to trail it around? It's not staying at a marina or anything like that?
No, just family camps and that sort of thing.
Okay, great. I think it's given me a few good ideas, maybe a couple of the tougher questions before we show you some of the product. What kind of range, what kind of budget are we looking at? You're looking for something, smaller, entry level, we're talking mid, or are we looking for one of those great big beautiful aqua towers with the slide off the back and the whole gamut?
I would love one of those.
Okay.
but no, I think given that we're a young family, we have to be conscious of budget. So
sure.
Somewhere in the mid-range I think would be appropriate for us.
Sure. And with our early bird savings that we have on the go right now, we talked about a little bit of that before, but we've got some great flexible plans, especially on the financing side with longer amortizations. We've got a fantastic rate going on right now that's going to give you the ability to, if that's something you're interested in, look at some great flexible financing options that'll get you into a pretty comfortable payment with the ability to kind of pay it down or pay it off at any time without any fines or penalties. So that's something we can talk a little bit about further in the process as well.
Great.
I think I've learned a little bit, enough of what we're hoping to see. It gives me a good idea on the family and the size and the range. So if you're up for it, I'd love to take you down to the showroom, walk through boats with you and our viewers here today. We'll check out some floor plans, some styles, and see what starts ticking to you. And we'll be back with Jillian and you guys to check them out. So Jillian, the first series that I wanted you to take a good look at is our QLE series of pontoon boats that we have. You're sitting in our LE21 lounge. We make this floor plan in a couple of different series and also in the LE segment. So we have it in a 19 lounge, we also have it in a 19 cruise, and we have it in a 21 and a 23 lounge. The QLEs are really designed to be a little bit more on the compact side, so they're 8 feet wide. We only do them in 2-tube models versus sport packages or triple tubes, and I'll get into a little bit more about what that means to you shortly. But I want you to think of these as, you know, good overall value. We're going to probably be pairing this with more popularly in like a 40 to a 60, up to a 90, probably at the most in something like this. The LEs, very robust, solid construction. We only bring them in this color, this style, so we jam pack this value-priced pontoon boat with a lot of really nice amenities to just give you a lot of nice creature comforts. The LEs will all have this nice front extended deck on the front of them, so come take a look at that. What you'll find is a lot nicer for docking or getting the kids on and off of the boat, so pretty easy. Another great feature on the LE series is cast corner caps and all-rounded corner caps. So nice and solid and a lot of strength in there. You know, if you're coming into the dock or any of those potential impact zones as a new boat, that's a very important feature. Another thing I love about the LE series is the pontoons themselves. You're going to notice that they don't extend past the front of that deck. That's another great feature when you're thinking about docking or tying it up. Or coming on and off of the trailer. Just makes it for an easier, seamless experience. All the vinyl flooring that you'll find run right from the bow to the stern as well. Very, very nice flooring with a little soft backing to it as well. Beautiful couching is still all in here with this chaise lounge up at the front. So for a 21-foot pontoon boat, you'll see there's still quite a bit of space in here. Very open style floor plan. And like I said, we have it in a couple other sizes as well, 19, 21, or 23. All aluminum seat frames that you'll find in these LEs. So you talked earlier about storage being important. Very ample amount of storage in these LEs. So they'll run all the way up right to the fence in each one of these models, which is absolutely fantastic. Gives you a ton of opportunity to basically load up everything that you'd need to get out on the water for the day in a boat like this. I think you said a table was a must earlier as well, or something to do some lunching on?
Yeah, I mean, with kids, you want to be able to do snacks.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this will certainly give you that ability. We've got a table mount here as well. They're adjustable. You can take them in or out. You could also maybe put an extra table mount if you wanted to, have one installed back here, so it gives you a little bit more flexibility. The helms are done quite well, I would say, modest in mind, like you mentioned. So what we've done on this helm and this size is give you everything that you need to get out on the water. Certainly your fuel gauge for the built-in tank, tilt gauge so you can see where that motor is at the back when you're trimming it up and down, when you have that fence closed. And we've highlighted this helm and this console area with a beautiful 7-inch Garmin touchscreen unit in there. So all of the Canadian maps are all preloaded in there, which is going to be fantastic for navigating around the water.
Yeah,
you mentioned that it would be trailering to different lakes, so probably a must to be looking at something like that so that when you're venturing into new bodies of water, you have a better idea of where you're going and just learning about some of those on-water obstacles. Fishing-wise, on a floor plan or a series like that, it really depends on how much fishing you're planning to do. We'll make a lot of models and floor plans that we'll call flex. And when you see the flex floor plan, that really means like straight fishing. So we'll have a big live well at the back, rod holders, a couple fishing seats, things like that. And they are really designed for more the pontoon fisherman at heart, or again, more that 50-50 fishing. If it was pretty serious fishing that you guys plan to do, I would definitely suggest we look at some of those fishing floor plans. But to me and how most of our customers are using them, they're literally fishing off of anything. So, you know, they're casting from here, they're jigging off the side, they're trolling. So I guess what I'm asking you is, where do you picture yourself, or what type of customer or pontooner would you lean towards?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're casual fishermen.
Okay.
So probably not something specifically designed for fishing.
Sure.
But something that can accommodate.
That could accommodate it. Perfect. Yeah, and another, I would say, besides, you did mention getting out into some of the bigger water. So this is still more of a little bit compact size pontoon, I would say, overall. It won't have things like live wells that might be important that we'd want to look at for how you're planning to use it as well. So I probably would suggest that this could be a good fit for you. It has a lot of nice styling and features, but based on what you've described, I want to show you a couple of our other series as well. So let's jump over to our E series next, and we'll take a look at those models together. All right, Jillian, before we get a little bit further, taking a look at a few other series that we have here in our Legend Pontoon boats, I just wanted to quickly touch base on pontoon configurations, because as we get into the next couple of series, you are going to notice the option and availability of a Sport Pro package on some of these pontoons. What does that mean to you or to those of you that are watching at home? The Sport Pro package will give you a full-length center tube. It's also going to give you lifting strakes on the inner and outside of that triple tube. It's going to give you lifting strakes on the inside of those outer tubes as well. With that full-length center tube, ultimately that's going to increase some of the stability while you're out there on the water. It's going to increase some of the capacity in terms of what size engine we're going to be able to put on the back of the boat. It's going to also help us, obviously perform a little bit better, a little bit more speed with that higher horsepower. It's going to help you corner and bank a little bit better for some of those water sport activities that somebody might be trying to achieve on a pontoon boat. Besides that, you're also going to find a full-length underdeck skinning. So an aluminum skinning that runs underneath the entire bottom of the pontoon boat. Again, rougher water application, high torque, high speed engines. We can get some of that spray up that skinning is going to help. All of our Sport Pro packages will also come with a big ski tow bar, mostly for skiing full-grown adults, or the wakeboarding type applications out there. So I want us thinking a sport package is probably going to be something that you're looking at, 115 horsepower and up range, ideally to suit that, and typically some of the bigger water applications.
Yeah, I think given the size of lakes that we're on and what we're sort of looking for, my husband and I,
Yeah.
I think that something more like a 90 would suit our needs a little bit.
90s, that dream size. Sure. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a couple of those options, but that definitely helps me because, as we talked about earlier, the right pontoon in a two-tube model with a 90 horsepower, especially with the command thrust engines that Mercury have out there now. These command thrust engines will give you a little beefier bottom end torque, pair up perfectly ideal for pontoon applications where we want to get a little bit more oomph, a little bit more torque, pulling those kids around on the tubes or sticking a couple families out on the water for the day. So we'll keep moving along and taking a look at some of those options with that in mind. All right, Julian, next up on the list of boats to check out is our E-Series of pontoon boats that you're sitting in here right now. E-Series is available in a few different color options. So this two-tone white and cognac interior, beautiful white exterior fences with the black trimmed out rail package as well. Looks really awesome, complemented with the black biminis that you'll see on here in the bimini frames. We offer it in a blue exterior, and we offer it in a blackout package on a couple of the E-Series models that we have in our lounge and our dual lounge floor plans that we'll talk about briefly. The E-Series is going to give you, again, some great value in the two-tube options that we're talking about. We're going to have a little bit longer and more open floor plans available in the lounge or the dual lounge models that we've got. They will be brought into 8-foot wide pontoons now with 25-inch, 8.5-foot wide pontoon decks and 8 and 25-inch pontoons on these floor plans as well. So a little bit more stability for a two-tube model that you might see in some of the other smaller compact pontoon series that we have. Sitting in a cruise model, this is probably one of the most popular or starting floor plans in pontoons. We've got two nice couches off the front, one with a bit of a chaise lounge here. Lots of seating still. We've got a traditional wraparound couch design here with a built-in chaise lounge facing back. And then what we'll find in the back here is this nice sun pad back here with the ability to pop up a nice, great big change. So this will get important for, like you said, kind of going from water sports to bathing suits to getting ready to go fishing and give you some room to go back there. As a guy with a couple of young kids myself, when they were even at the younger ages, this was turned into a fantastic option for that change room and that diaper changing area that I'm sure you'll learn to appreciate when you get out on the water. In terms of storage, similar with all the rest of the pontoon boats as well, storage underneath every single one of the seating configurations that we've got here. It'll open up and lock in, so a lot of storage in these. These now go to a molded plastic seating configuration at the bottom as well. So a rotocast plastic is what you'll find all underneath there with the storage underneath. So a little bit different than the LEs that we were looking at. Great storage in the consoles that you'll find here as well. So these will open up and slide in underneath as well, where a lot of the series floor plans or competitors will essentially waste that space by having that console and not open up to storage underneath. Similar to the LEs that we took a look at earlier, we've got this beautiful teak weave vinyl flooring that runs all the way to the front. This one, though, unlike that other plain or straight vinyl floor, gives you that teak weave look to it. So just a little bit of a nicer, upgraded look to it. Absolutely beautiful helms. Again, in these E-Series of models, so you have the opportunity to sit in the great big captain seats. Does recline as well with the dual armrests. Has a seat slider on it. Pair that with the tilt steering, and you can really, customize the driving experience to who's ever driving.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Similar to the LEs as well, we're not sacrificing anything. We've got a beautiful 5-inch Hummingbird GPS system that's built into there as well. All the necessary toggle switches. We've got an AM, FM, MP3 stereo, so fantastic for rocking out on the water for the day while you're out there. And I think this one hits a lot of the buttons that you were looking at or talking about earlier. But I certainly want to still show you a couple other series and a couple other floor plans while we've got you here today. What do you think of the white interior with the cognacs? Something that appeals to you? Or do you find the other colors look a little different?
I love the white with the cognac.
Yep.
and the gray. Like it looks very sharp, very modern.
Cool. Yeah, that was kind of the goal with this one. It's something a little bit different, something a little bit more unique with some modern touches in mind.
Yeah, not my dad's pontoon.
No. And we've got a lot of room still at the back off here to kind of walk along the back with a nice oversized boarding ladder as well. Beautiful biminis that are on here as well. Didn't talk about it earlier, but keeping the family protected from the sun is certainly pretty important. So all of our Legend pontoons will come standard with this great big bimini frame. You also have the option to turn this into a full enclosure. So we'll give you a second bimini frame as well. So these will just zip together in the middle, giving you a front bimini and a back bimini that'll turn this into a full enclosure. So if we wanted to get out there, and you mentioned doing some fishing, if we've got one of those foul weather days, you'll now have the ability to get out there, troll around, and be completely enclosed if that was something that might be important to you.
Yeah.
So let's hop over now and just take a look at a couple of the other floor plans we might have in the E-Series before we move on to our Q and that big beautiful V Series. We gotta show it to you while you're here. All right, Jillian, we're gonna now hop into one of our Q Series of floor plans we've got here. We're sitting in a lounge model. Q Series is definitely going to give you a little bit more of that mid to higher range and quality and construction and features that you'd expect in a pontoon boat of this caliber and class. The Q Series is going to give you a beautiful exterior options in either blue or the black. I've got one behind me here as well, so you can peep over my shoulder and get a good look at that one while we're here. No exterior railings on the Q Series, so it gives you a little bit more of a modern, chic look, I'd say. Beautiful built-in integrated headlights that you'll get into the Q Series makes for just a great look, as well as, important for docking or driving at night and coming off of the lake. Taking a quick look at the lounge floor plan, what do you think so far?
It looks huge.
they are huge. So we make this is what we call the Q Lounge Plus model. So we've got this lounge floor plan in a 21-foot version, so a little bit more compact. And then we've got it in this floor plan that we're standing in just over 23 feet. The lounge models always seem a little bit bigger because they are very open. Mm-hmm. And that's probably one of the things that I love about them. They're my personal favorite floor plan for sure. I always say on a lounge model, it's a fantastic floor plan for, two people. If it's just you and I, or maybe the kids out for a cruise, it's just a great, fantastic layout. Or for that time, like you said, when you've got the nieces, the nephews, the entire family, we've just got a lot of space. Mm-hmm. Typically, most people are using pontoon boats. Having these two built-in chaise lounges, not only at the bow, the front of the pontoon here, but the back is super awesome as well. Just a little bit more feature amenities, I guess you'll find in this. Big, beautiful built-in speakers, 4 speakers built into this one as well. The nicer little upgraded Fusion stereo that's on here as well. Beautiful console again, just like the other series that you find with now that big Garmin 7-inch unit built in there, all touchscreen, pairs with that Fusion to really create an awesome media center while you're out on the boat. You can control everything from that Garmin unit. So just an absolute beautiful design as well. Flooring, that teak weave flooring that runs right from the bow to the stern. Very soft step vinyl as well, so nice and soft on the feet, even in bare feet, which is great out on the water. The kids, doesn't get hot, pretty light and cold to the touch. A lot of storage, again, like the rest of the pontoon boats as well. And in this series, we do offer it with that aluminum seat frame construction. So again, you talked about how important storage was. You get a lot of it in the Q series, and it'll run right out to the exterior fence in there. It'll breathe very nicely too. So if you're throwing the jackets in there, maybe a damp towel, you can come back to it a couple hours later and you'll find that wind or the air is kind of circulated around. You're not coming into a moldy smelling storage compartment that you might find in some of our competitive models out there. Coming to the back, these two deluxe captain seats, again, they'll slide, they'll recline. They're absolutely beautiful, but gives you a little bit more of that modern look. The quilted inlays that you'll see in the furniture here, just a really nice touch on the Q
beautiful.
series. Yeah. I find that dark navy and tan does a really good job kind of complementing each other with that exterior navy color.
Absolutely.
Same idea you'll find here too, an extra long bimini. So we've got pretty well full coverage right from the stern, so all of our passengers back here, all the way up to our console area. For those that enjoy the sun, they can hang out front, of course, and get a little bit more sun. Or that option to add the front bimini or the full enclosure option is certainly there on this series as well. Lounge plans, again, gives you that big open right up through the middle of the boat. There's no, real obstructions in the way. So if we've got, pets out on the boat or kids running back and forth, I find the lounge floor plan is a fantastic option to just open it right up. Coming off the back in these lounge models, extended rear decks is super important. So you'll find these extend out back and around the transom. So what that'll mean to you guys is just a lot more room while you're out on the boat as well, jumping on and off, water sport activities, doing the tubing thing, the kids jumping in and out. Kind of keeps everybody back here and centralized. If you plan to, anchor out at a sandbar or just hang out and chill for the day, it's one of my most favorite areas. Q series, you're also going to find the oversized table, big built-in integrated cup holders. It is a very solid, beautiful table as well. Got the option to sit it, rectangular like this way. You can move it around in some different configurations, and it's fantastic for, again, setting up a game of cards out on the water, or doing that lunch like you talked about with the kids while you're out there.
Yeah, lots of room. There
is, yeah. So you'll see this lounge floor plan in several of our different series, right from the LEs all the way up to our V series. So in selecting a pontoon boat, I would say probably the most important thing that you'll want to take away is really getting a good understanding of the different layout options. And once you've kind of zeroed in on, Jesse, I really loved that lounge that you showed me, or hey, I really loved the cruise style floor plan, or I'm dead set on having that flex fishing station. The beauty of Legend is that we've got the different floor plans available throughout the different series. So what that'll mean to you is we can kind of customize your ideal floor plan to your ideal, your look, what style kind of jumped out at you. Not only that, the budget that'll suit at you, right? From entry level starting series to the highest end, we've got a floor plan available in one of the series that follow through each one of those series. So that gives you a good look at the Q series. We offer it as well in what we call our cottage model. So we take it in a 21-foot floor plan with a little rear facing sitting bench area off the back. That's what you'll see when you see the cottage floor plan. It means that we've got a bench and we can sit in the back. We've got it in a beautiful dual lounge configuration. So it'll take the lounge model and give you a flip-flopping seat that we can pick to either be facing to the rear, facing to the front. That's another great option we can show you as well. These lounge floor plans as well as that flex fishing station. So gives you a good look at the overall quality, feel, and styling of our Q series of models. Hopefully this one's jumping out at you as well. And we'll show you a couple of those different floor plans. And we'll also take a good look at that V series just to get you informed on that beautiful pontoon boat while you're here today. So I know Jillian mentioned we wanted to stick to probably a 2-tube unit, maybe 90 horsepower, but while I've got you here, I had to take the opportunity to get you sitting and touching and feeling one of our V series of pontoons. And these are absolutely the epitome of luxury in the Legend lineup that we've got. So our V series, we only offer these ones in the sport package configurations. And we offer it in 2 different sport package configurations actually. So we have our Sport and our Sport Pro Prestige package in the V series. When you get into that Prestige package, ultimately that would give you the same triple tube design, all the great things that we talked about, but now we have 27-inch diameter pontoons. So even more, giving that ability for more stability out on the water, even more horsepower now that you can take on these bad boys. And if you take a look, when you get into the Prestige package, it'll also come with this great big 8-inch digital medallion all integrated into here too. So essentially they'll take all of those, you know, previous analog controls that we've seen in the other models and turn that to a full digital setup, giving you the ability to have touchscreen control over pretty much everything in the boat, your lights, your exterior lights, and everything in the model. So again, definitely a pretty luxurious model. We offer it in 2 different color combinations. The cognac interior that we've got here with the black exterior, all black deck, all black fence rails, all black corner caps, so a really beautiful blacked out package on this. Highlighted with the black bimini frame, all curved frames too, so it just gives you that kind of modern styling on a model like this. We also offer it in that steel blue exterior color that you've seen around. That looks amazing as well. And when we go to that blue exterior color, we'll complement that interior with more of that gray pewter look. Come over and touch some of this furniture. I think you almost have to feel and touch this V series to really appreciate that super soft, almost like butter-like feel on that vinyl. Definitely a step up from any of the other series that we looked at for sure. Still has that beautiful quilting that we saw in some of the Q series, but again, just an elevated furniture package. You'll find even wider seating on here too, so a little bit more comfort involved when we get into these V series models. Moving through it, again, the deluxe captain seats, but much more plush, much bigger, more solid, oversized deluxe captain seats that you'll get in this V series. Again, the helm speaks for itself. It's absolutely beautiful, really communicates well with each other between that standard Garmin 7-inch screen, the big 8-inch digital medallion, and then that Fusion stereo system. This thing absolutely kicks on the water. This is a lounge model, like we've talked about in some of the other floor plans, so that's the beauty of the Legend lineup. Like we said, if we fell in love with the idea of a lounge model like this, we've now had the opportunity to see those options in the LE, more the entry level. We've seen it in the E series, we've seen it in the Q series, and now we see that transferring over into the V series with just, again, some more of the more luxurious elements as we kind of start to take a look at it. Still same idea on these V series. We'll have that nice extended front deck, but also the extended rear decks on this pontoon boat as well, so it gives you the ability to get on and off at the back. Nice big ski tow bar built in with that boarding ladder off to the back as well, so water sport activities, things like that in mind are absolutely amazing. Same idea, soft step, luxurious vinyl flooring throughout this model too, so beautiful flooring while you're out there on the water. On the V series as well, you're going to find a little bit more robust fence construction, so you'll find these double wall feel on here as well. So if you go ahead and grab that, you'll just feel a little more strength and stability while you're out there on the water. You can feel it versus just the one single fence panel. Easy latch safety gates on here too, so make it super easy to kind of open and close those gates. We've got a nice wide opening front gate, nice wide gate on this side, and then we've got the rear gate off the back, giving you kind of the ability to go on it and off it as well. So our V series lineup floor plans that we've got the lounge that we're looking at right here. We've got it in that dual lounge model, and then of course that big beautiful double-decker aqua tower with the slide off the back for those that really want to turn their boating experience into a water park out there for the day. So I know this was definitely at the getting to more the higher level pontoon than we were looking at, but while we've got you here, I wanted to make sure that I showed you through some of the features and showed our viewers through some of the highlights of that V series pontoon boat as well. And let's take a closer look at those in the video. So I'm back here with Jillian. We wanted to wrap up a little of our whirlwind tour we took through the Legend Pontoon lineup here today. I apologize for me doing so much of the talking and not getting to hear from you, but I wanted to make sure that our viewers got the opportunity to see some of these series highlights that we've got and go on this journey here together. Jillian, what'd you think overall? And tell the folks why we've landed on the boat that we're sitting in here now.
Yeah, so no, it was great. Very informative. Got to learn a lot about the boats. This unit here is the lounge model, and I think for our family and potentially a growing family, and especially with nieces and nephews, I think that this accommodates us the best in terms of being able to socialize and relax, do a little bit of fishing, and like you said, it does allow for a full enclosure, so we can fish in bad weather, and just gives us a little more time out on the water.
Yeah, and Jillian seemed to immediately kind of spark up and love the look and the value, I guess, of the E series overall is what we've kind of landed on, and the white colors specifically what you loved.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the fences with the matte black and the white and the cognac together. I think is a really nice color combination.
Good, awesome to hear. So, thanks to Jillian for letting us use her as a boat ins and outs subject for today, and thank you guys for checking out this walkthrough on our pontoons. For any more information, we've got our memory makers always standing by. You can head into one of our closest Legend partners or jump on legendboats.com for a more detailed walkthrough of all the floor plans and the series that we spoke about during this session. Thanks for checking this out.